dear friend, come sit with me for a moment. Find a comfortable place, perhaps on a cushion, a chair, or even the soft earth beneath a tree. If it feels right, gently close your eyes or simply allow your gaze to soften, resting on nothing in particular. Let the outer world fade just a little, like turning down the volume on a distant radio. Now breathe in slowly through your nose. Feel the cool air entering your nostrils, traveling down into your lungs, filling your belly like a quiet balloon. Hold that breath for a gentle second or two, and then exhale slowly, letting the warm air leave your body, carrying with it any tension that has gathered in your shoulders, your jaw, your hands. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice the natural rhythm, nothing forced, nothing hurried. The chest rises like the tide coming in, falls like the tide retreating. Each breath is a small homecoming to this very moment. In this shared quiet space between us, let us walk together, step by gentle step, through 10 timeless lessons drawn from the heart of the Buddha's teachings. These are not rigid rules carved in stone, but soft invitations, whispers from an awakened mind that lived over 25 centuries ago, yet speaks directly to the ache and beauty of our lives today. These 10 lessons are doorways to true inner peace, the kind that does not depend on perfect circumstances, unbroken health, endless wealth, or the approval of others. It is the peace that remains even when storms rage outside. Picture your mind now as a vast, boundless sky at dawn, pale blue stretching infinitely in every direction. Thoughts drift across this sky like clouds, some small and wispy, barely noticeable, others dark, heavy with thunder, still others glowing golden in the light of sudden insight. No matter their shape or color, the sky itself remains untouched, vast, serene, unchanging. The clouds come, they linger for a while, they dissolve or drift away. The sky never chases them, never clings to them, never fights them. It simply is. The Buddha taught that we suffer not because of the clouds themselves, but because we mistake ourselves for the clouds. We identify with every passing thought, every fleeting emotion, every story we tell about who we are and what we lack. We become the anger, the fear, the craving, the pride, yet our true nature is the sky, clear, open, luminous. Peace is not something we must acquire from the world outside. It is already here, beneath the weather of the mind, like a hidden flame, waiting only for us to stop covering it with our hands. Let these words settle into you slowly, like warm rain on dry soil. There is no hurry. We have all the time in the world, because time, too, is just another cloud. The first lesson: embrace impermanence, anicca. Everything changes. This is the first noble insight the Buddha offered after his awakening beneath the Bodhi tree. Nothing in the conditioned world remains the same from one moment to the next. The flower that opens its petals in the morning sun will wilt by evening. The child you hold today will grow, leave home, grow old. The body that carries you through this life will one day return to the elements. Even the mountains, which seem eternal, are slowly being worn down by wind and water. Even the stars will one day fade. When we refuse to accept this truth, we cling. We grip our youth, our relationships, our possessions, our health, our reputation, our plans, as if holding tighter could stop the inevitable flow. But clinging only magnifies suffering. The tighter we grasp, the more painful the moment of release becomes. Imagine standing beside a wide, flowing river. You reach down and try to scoop up the water in your cupped hands, determined to keep it forever. The moment you lift your hands, the water slips through your fingers. You feel loss, frustration. Yet if instead you simply sit by the bank, dip your hands in, feel the cool current moving over your skin, and then let it go, there is delight in the touch, no pain in the letting go. This is the practice of non-clinging. Hold life lightly with open hands. Love deeply, yet without the demand that it last forever. Cherish the people around you, yet remember they are not yours to own. Enjoy success, beauty, pleasure. Yet know they are visitors, not permanent residents. When change arrives, as it always will, greet it not as an enemy, but as an old friend reminding you of the truth. Pause here. Bring to mind something you have been clinging to. A relationship, a job, a memory, a dream, a fear of loss. Feel the tension in your body where that clinging lives, perhaps in your chest, your throat, your fists. Now, on your next exhale, imagine softening that grip. Whisper to yourself, "This too shall pass. I allow it to be as it is." Feel the subtle release, like a knot quietly untying itself. Breathe and smile softly at the freedom that begins to appear in the space where clinging once stood. The second lesson: live fully in the present moment. The past is already gone, nothing more than a collection of fading images and echoes in the mind. The future has not yet arrived. It exists only as imagination, anticipation, or dread. Only this present moment is real. Only this breath is actually happening. Only this heartbeat pulses now. Only these sensations in your body, this light touching your eyes, this sound reaching your ears. Only these are truly occurring. Yet the untrained mind is rarely here. It replays old scenes like a worn-out film reel. If only I had said something different. I should have chosen another path. Why did they leave me? Or it races ahead. What if I fail? What if I get sick? What if no one loves me when I'm older? Each journey into past or future steals us from the only place where life actually unfolds. The Buddha called this the incomparable joy of living in the now. In the present moment, there is no regret, because regret belongs to memory. There is no anxiety, because anxiety belongs to projection. There is only what is. And in that simple what is, peace naturally arises. Try this gentle exercise right now. For the next minute, commit to being nowhere else but here. Feel your seat beneath you. Notice the temperature of the air against your skin. Hear whatever sounds are present: distant traffic, birds, your own breathing, the subtle hum of the world. When a thought arises, and it will, label it softly, thinking, and return to the sensations of now. No judgment, no battle, just gentle returning, again and again. Over time, this practice becomes second nature. You begin to notice that the present moment is rarely as unbearable as the stories we tell about it. Even in difficulty, there is space. Space to breathe, space to feel, space to respond rather than react. Right here, right now, you are whole. Right here, right now, you are safe in this breath. The third lesson: release attachment and craving, tanha. The Buddha declared that the root of all suffering is tanha, craving, thirst, longing for things to be other than they are. We crave sensual pleasures to last forever. We crave pleasant feelings to never fade. We crave existence to be free of pain, or non-existence when pain feels too great. We crave praise, status, control, certainty. Craving is not the same as healthy desire. Wanting to learn, to grow, to love, to create, these are natural and beautiful. But when desire hardens into demand, when we insist that life must deliver happiness on our terms, suffering is born. Consider a beautiful sunset. You stand in awe, heart open. If craving enters, you think, I must have this feeling again tomorrow. I must capture it in a photo. I must make sure no one disturbs me. The pure joy of the moment becomes tainted by the need to possess it, repeat it, secure it. Attachment turns gold into lead. The antidote is wise detachment, not cold indifference, but freedom within love. You can adore a person deeply and still allow them to be free. You can pursue meaningful work passionately and still accept whatever outcome arises. You can enjoy delicious food and still not cling when the meal ends. Practice this in small ways. Next time you eat, savor each bite fully. Yet when the plate is empty, let it be empty without sorrow. Next time you hug someone dear, feel the warmth completely, yet release them without the subtle tightening of don't go. Care profoundly, yet hold loosely. In that balance lies both fullness of heart and freedom of mind. The fourth lesson, practice mindfulness like tending a garden. Your mind is a garden. Every thought, every emotion, every intention is a seed you plant, whether consciously or unconsciously. Left untended, weeds of resentment, worry, envy and self-criticism take root and spread. But with mindful attention, you become the gentle gardener. Mindfulness is the art of being present with clear, non-judging awareness. You observe thoughts as they arise, stay for a time and pass away, like leaves floating on a stream. You do not need to chase them, fight them, or believe every story they tell. Simply see them. Name them softly. Planning, remembering, fear, joy. In the seeing, the power of unconscious patterns begins to weaken. Begin each day with a short period of formal practice, perhaps 10 minutes of sitting quietly, following the breath. When the mind wanders, as it will hundreds of times, smile at its busyness and return. This returning is the training. Over weeks and months, the garden changes. Space opens between stimulus and response. Anger arises, but you no longer water it with attention. Gratitude appears more often, unbidden. Calm becomes the default weather rather than an occasional visitor. Throughout the day, bring mindfulness into ordinary moments, washing dishes, walking to the kitchen, listening to a friend speak. Feel the water on your hands, the ground beneath your feet, the tone of their voice. These small pauses are sunlight and water for the inner garden. Slowly, steadily, peace blooms. The fifth lesson, cultivate compassion for yourself and all beings. The Buddha said, hatred never ceases by hatred, but by love alone is healed. This is an ancient and eternal law. Compassion, karuna, is the trembling of the heart in response to suffering, paired with the wish to ease it. Begin where it is hardest, with yourself. Many of us are our own harshest critics. When we make a mistake, we replay it endlessly, berating ourselves in ways we would never speak to another. Yet the path to peace requires self-kindness. Speak to yourself as you would to a beloved child who has fallen. It's okay. You're learning. I'm here with you. From this tender ground, extend compassion outward. See that every being suffers in their own way. The angry driver, the distant parent, the difficult colleague, they too carry pain, confusion, fear. They act harmfully because they are wounded, not because they are inherently bad. In seeing their suffering, the heart softens. Hatred loses its fuel. A simple daily practice, the loving kindness meditation, metta. Sit quietly and repeat silently. May I be well. May I be peaceful. May I be free from suffering. Then extend it. May you be well. To a loved one, a neutral person, someone difficult. And finally, to all beings everywhere. At first it may feel mechanical. That is fine. Keep planting the seeds. Over time, genuine warmth grows. Compassion becomes the soft rain that dissolves resentment and waters the roots of peace for yourself and the world. The sixth lesson: accept what is. Without the second arrow, life brings pain. The first arrow: illness, loss, betrayal, aging, death. These are inevitable. But the Buddha pointed out that most of our suffering comes from the second arrow we shoot ourselves: resistance, blame, self-pity, endless mental commentary. When physical pain arises, we often add, "Why me? This is unfair. I can't bear it. It will never end." When emotional pain arrives, grief, loneliness, we spin stories. "I'm broken, no one cares, I'll always feel this way." Each thought is another arrow, deepening the wound. The practice is radical acceptance of the first arrow. Feel the pain fully, without adding layers of narrative. Say inwardly, "This hurts. This is here now. I allow it to be as it is." In that non-resistance, space opens. The pain is still there, but it no longer consumes you entirely. It becomes a sensation, a visitor, a teacher, rather than a tyrant. Next time discomfort arises, physical or emotional, pause. Locate it in the body, breathe into it. Let it be painful without calling it wrong. Watch how the second arrow begins to dissolve when you stop shooting it. Suffering lessens, not because pain disappears, but because you stop multiplying it. The seventh lesson: let go of the need to control everything. We crave control because uncertainty feels unsafe. Yet the truth is, most of life lies beyond our grasp. We cannot control the weather, the economy, other people's choices, aging, or even our next thought. Endless attempts to micromanage reality create tension and exhaustion. The alternative is wise effort. Do what is in your power, act with integrity, speak with kindness, make choices aligned with your values, and then release the rest. Surrender is not passivity, it is deep trust. Trust that life has its own intelligence, its own rhythm. Trust that even when things appear chaotic, there is an unfolding wisdom beyond our limited sight. In letting go of the illusion of total control, a quiet strength emerges, an inner calm that external storms cannot shake. Practice this surrender daily. When worry about the future arises, ask, "What is mine to do right now?" Do that one thing mindfully. Then let the outcome be what it will. Feel the relief of not carrying the weight of the entire universe on your shoulders. The eighth lesson: practice gratitude and contentment. Contentment, santuti, is revolutionary in a world that constantly advertises lack. It is not resignation, it is the recognition that this moment already contains enough. Each evening, pause to name 3 things for which you are grateful. Small things: the taste of tea, a kind word from a stranger, the fact that your lungs still breathe. Gratitude shifts perspective. What once seemed ordinary becomes precious. When the mind complains, "This isn't enough," gently counter with, "This is sufficient, this is life, and I am alive in it." Over time, wanting less becomes natural. Peace grows in the soil of contentment, where craving once choked everything else. The 9th lesson: speak and act with loving kindness. Words are powerful medicine or poison. Right speech avoids lies, gossip, harshness, and idle chatter. Instead, speak what is true, gentle, timely, and helpful. Before speaking, ask, is it necessary? Is it kind? Is it true? In action, choose ahimsa, non-harm. When anger surges, pause, breathe. Respond with kindness whenever possible. Kindness disarms conflict and protects your own heart from bitterness. Loving kindness is both shield and sword. It guards inner peace while quietly transforming the world around you. The 10th lesson: walk the path with patience and persistence. The path to peace is not a sprint to a finish line. It is the walking itself. There will be days of clarity and days of confusion, moments of deep calm, and moments when old habits roar back. None of this is failure. It is the path. Be patient with yourself. Progress is often invisible, like dawn creeping across the sky. Celebrate small steps, one mindful breath, one kind word, one moment of letting go. Persistence means getting up after every fall, brushing off the dust, and taking the next step with gentleness. Enlightenment is not somewhere else, it is here, in this breath, this choice, this heart opening again. Keep walking. The peace you seek is already unfolding, moment by moment. My dear friend, these 10 lessons are living practices, not mere philosophy. They ask for your gentle, persistent attention, not perfection, only beginning again and again. In this very moment, place a hand on your heart. Feel its steady beat. Feel the warmth beneath your palm. You are here. You are breathing. You are worthy of peace. May you be well. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. May all beings be well, peaceful, and free. Take another slow, deep breath in. Hold it softly. And release it with a quiet sigh. You are enough, exactly as you are. You are loved beyond measure. And you are already at peace beneath whatever clouds drift through your sky today.